The DJI Osmo Pocket 4 is shaping up to be one of the most significant upgrades in the history of compact creator cameras, and much of that excitement begins with the sensor. According to current rumors, DJI is preparing to introduce a next-generation 1-inch CMOS sensor paired with a variable aperture system. While the previous Osmo Pocket already used a 1-inch sensor, this new iteration is expected to feature a far more advanced 50-megapixel chip. That increase in resolution is not simply about bigger numbers. A newer sensor architecture typically brings noticeable improvements in dynamic range, noise handling, and overall image clarity. For creators, this translates directly into footage that holds together better during editing, especially when pushing color grades or recovering details from challenging lighting conditions. Dynamic range is one of the most underrated aspects of image quality, particularly for small cameras. With limited sensor size, compact devices often struggle to preserve highlight detail in bright scenes while also maintaining information in shadowed areas. If the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 truly delivers a modern 50-megapixel 1-inch sensor, it could significantly reduce this limitation. Better highlight retention means skies are less likely to blow out, while deeper shadow detail allows creators to lift darker areas without introducing excessive noise. This extra flexibility in post-production is invaluable, especially for vloggers and filmmakers who frequently shoot in uncontrolled lighting environments such as streets, travel locations, or outdoor events. One of the most talked about rumored features of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 is the introduction of a variable aperture. This single change could fundamentally alter how pocket cameras are used in real-world shooting scenarios. Traditionally, small cameras rely on fixed apertures, which severely limits exposure control. In bright daylight, creators are often forced to increase shutter speed dramatically to avoid overexposure. While this keeps exposure in check, it breaks the natural motion blur that makes video feel cinematic. The result is footage that looks overly sharp and jittery, particularly during movement. A variable aperture solves this problem at its core. By physically stopping down the lens to reduce the amount of incoming light, creators can maintain proper shutter speeds without compromising motion blur. This allows video to retain that smooth, natural cadence associated with professional cinema cameras. Until now, this level of control has largely been reserved for high-end drones and larger interchangeable lens systems. Bringing it to a pocket-sized device would be a massive leap forward and could eliminate the constant need for ND filters, which are easy to forget, misplace, or struggle with during fast-paced shoots. The benefits of a variable aperture become even more apparent for outdoor shooters. Travel vloggers, street filmmakers, and documentary creators are constantly moving between lighting conditions. One moment you're in harsh sunlight, the next you're stepping into shade. With a fixed aperture, exposure adjustments become a constant battle. A variable aperture allows the camera itself to adapt more naturally, reducing setup time and letting creators focus on storytelling rather than technical compromises. If DJI successfully implements this feature, it could become one of the most defining characteristics of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. Video performance is another area where the rumored specifications suggest a major leap forward. The headline feature grabbing attention is 6K video recording. On the surface, many creators question the need for 6K, especially when most content is still delivered in 4K or even lower resolutions. However, shooting in 6K is less about final output and more about creative freedom in post-production. Higher resolution footage provides additional room to crop, reframe, or digitally stabilize shots without sacrificing image quality. For vloggers, this flexibility is extremely practical. Shooting wide ensures you don't miss the moment, but later you may want to punch in closer for emphasis or cut between angles for pacing. With 6K footage, you can crop down to a perfectly sharp 4K frame and still retain excellent detail. This effectively allows one camera to simulate multiple focal lengths, reducing the need for additional gear. It also offers peace of mind when framing isn't perfect in the moment, which is often the case in spontaneous shooting situations. Slow motion capabilities are also expected to see meaningful upgrades. Current rumors point to 4K recording at 120 frames per second, which has become the benchmark for high-quality slow motion. This frame rate allows footage to be slowed down significantly while remaining smooth and detailed. It's ideal for cinematic B-roll, whether that's pouring coffee, ocean waves, city movement, or lifestyle sequences that benefit from a dreamy, slowed-down aesthetic. Some leaks even suggest the possibility of 4K at 240 frames per second, which would be remarkable for a camera of this size. If 4K 240 FPS becomes reality, the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 would begin encroaching on territory traditionally occupied by action cameras and specialized high-speed devices. This would make it a versatile option not just for cinematic storytelling, but also for capturing sports, fast-paced motion, and dynamic action sequences. Combined with rumored 10-bit color profiles such as D-Log-M, the resulting footage would offer impressive color depth and grading potential, allowing creators to match footage from much larger and more expensive cameras with surprising accuracy. Another area generating strong interest is the lens system. For the first time, there are credible rumors pointing toward a dual lens configuration on a higher-end or Pro variant of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. This would directly address one of the most persistent limitations of pocket cameras, the lack of true optical zoom. Traditionally, moving closer to a subject means relying on digital zoom, which simply crops the image and reduces quality. A secondary lens, potentially a telephoto option around 70mm, would allow creators to zoom optically instead. The creative implications of this are substantial. A telephoto lens enables more compressed perspectives, which are particularly flattering for portraits and detail shots. Backgrounds appear closer and more blurred, creating a more cinematic look that wide-angle lenses struggle to achieve. Being able to switch between a wide lens for vlogging and a tighter lens for close-ups or storytelling details would dramatically expand the creative range of the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. It would transform the device from a simple vlog camera into a more complete visual storytelling tool. Stabilization remains the core identity of the Osmo Pocket line, and DJI is expected to push this even further with the introduction of Active Track 7.0. DJI has long been regarded as the leader in gimbal technology, and each new generation refines that advantage. The next iteration of Active Track is rumored to leverage data from the dual lens system to gain a better understanding of depth and subject separation. This could significantly improve tracking reliability in complex environments. For solo creators, dependable tracking is essential. Whether filming fitness content, travel vlogs, or tutorials, being able to trust the camera to follow you accurately removes the need for a second operator. Improved subject recognition would mean fewer lost shots when a subject turns away, briefly exits the frame, or passes behind obstacles. Additionally, smoother tracking movements are expected, mimicking the subtle pans and tilts of a human camera operator rather than the mechanical motion seen in earlier automated systems. In an era where content creation is increasingly mobile and fast-paced, tools that reduce friction while expanding creative possibilities are more valuable than ever. The DJI Osmo Pocket 4 appears poised to do exactly that, offering professional-level features in a form factor that fits comfortably in your pocket. If these rumors hold true, it won't just be an upgrade, it will be a statement about the future of compact filmmaking.